celestial travelers. I am Maya Cat, back with the new episode of my astrology blog. Get ready, because in 2025, the universe's strictest taskmaster is going off script. From July 13th to November 28th, 2025, Saturn turns retrograde, and this isn't just a planetary glitch, it's a cosmic wake-up call. Today, we explore Saturn's retrograde influences. And because no cosmic deep dive is complete without a little extra wisdom, I've called in my dear friend and intellectual co-pilot, the astrological oracle Brian. So grab your popcorn, pour that glass of wine or cup of chamomile tea, and let him serve the celestial wisdom. Brian, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Maya. You always make astrology feel like pure magic. Let's uncover what these celestial shifts mean for us, and how we can harness their power to thrive. Saturn goes rogue, the 2025 retrograde rebellion, July 13th, November 28th, 2025. Hold on to your calendars and tighten your seatbelts, because in the summer of 2025, the universe's strictest school principal, Saturn, will flip his clipboard, kick off his sensible shoes, and walk backward through the zodiac like a cosmic contrarian. From July 13th to November 28th, 2025, Saturn enters retrograde motion, not because it's lost its way, but because from our earthly vantage point, it appears to be moonwalking across the sky. This optical illusion, caused by the differing orbital speeds of Earth and Saturn, gives the impression that time itself has hit the rewind button. And make no mistake, when Saturn retrogrades, the universe doesn't just slow down, it starts asking uncomfortable questions. Saturn, the stern taskmaster of the solar system, rules discipline, responsibility, long-term goals, and the kind of patience that feels like being stuck in a DMV line with no snacks. When it goes retrograde, its usual march-forward energy reverses into a more introspective, internalized rhythm. It's as if the universe suddenly says, all right, you've been building that tower of ambition, but is the foundation actually made of bricks or wishful thinking? This isn't the time to launch startups, sign decade-long leases, or impulsively marry your barista because the stars aligned. No, Saturn retrograde is for reviewing, revising, and retreating, preferably with a journal, a cup of herbal tea, and zero expectations of immediate results. While Mercury retrograde gets all the bad press, blamed for missed texts, broken printers, and awkward exes resurfacing, Saturn retrograde operates on a deeper, more structural level. It doesn't mess with your Wi-Fi, it messes with your life blueprint. This is the universe's way of conducting a karmic audit, checking your long-term commitments, your personal integrity, and whether you've been cutting corners in the name of efficiency. Most astrologers agree that retrograde planets don't lose power. They redirect it inward. Saturn retrograde doesn't cancel your responsibilities, it forces you to re-examine them. Are you building a career you actually believe in? Are your relationships based on mutual respect or mutual convenience? Have you been avoiding a difficult conversation with yourself? And yes, while Saturn retrograde tends to influence large-scale societal structures, governments, legal systems, real estate markets, its ripples are deeply personal. You might not topple a regime, but you might finally confront the fact that your forever home has a foundation full of cracks, literally or metaphorically. Expect delays in legal matters, bureaucratic snafus, property disputes that suddenly grow legs and won't die, and financial agreements that need more fine print than a mortgage contract. The message is clear. If it's not solid now, it will crumble later, so don't panic. I'll just pause. What to do when Saturn's in reverse, the survival guide. When Saturn retrogrades, the best strategy is to move like molasses, slowly, deliberately, and with full awareness of where you're stepping. This is prime time for repairing family ties, especially with elders, that strained relationship with your grandmother. Now's the time to pick up the phone, not to fix everything, but to try. Clearing ancestral clutter, whether it's cleaning out the attic your parents have been ignoring since 1987, or finally digitizing those faded family photos. Fixing your body, not just your image. Saturn retrograde is excellent for finally seeing that spine specialist, getting your teeth sorted, or addressing that chronic back pain you've been living with. Reconciling old wounds, feud with a sibling, fallout with a former business partner. Saturn retrograde offers a rare cosmic reset. not to erase the past, but to rewrite the ending. This is also a golden opportunity to forgive yourself. Saturn may be strict, but it rewards honesty. If you've been carrying guilt, shame, or regret, this period invites you to lay it down. Not because you were perfect, but because you're human. What not to do? The Saturn retrograde don't list, let's be real. Saturn retrograde is not the time to sign long-term contracts unless you've read every clause 3 times and had your lawyer, your therapist, and your tarot reader approve. Start new businesses or quit your job to follow your passion without a solid plan. Saturn laughs at reckless inspiration. Make major purchases, especially property, cars, or anything that requires financing. The paperwork will find a way to haunt you. Be harsh with others or yourself. Saturn retrograde can make even the kindest souls irritable, judgmental, or overly critical. Remember, everyone's under pressure. Choose compassion over correction. Trust shady characters. If someone's reputation smells slightly off, like last week's tuna sandwich, avoid them. Legal troubles during this period have a way of lingering like bad cologne. How to protect yourself, the art of Saturn-proof living. The smartest way to navigate Saturn retrograde: match its pace, move slowly, speak deliberately, think 7 steps ahead. If you must make a big decision, triple check everything. And remember, the retrograde shadow period, the 2 weeks before and after the official retrograde, is just as important. Saturn starts setting the stage early and lingers like an uninvited guest. Above all, don't start what you can't finish. Saturn retrograde punishes half-hearted efforts. If you begin a project now, expect to revisit it every time Saturn goes retrograde for the next few years, like a karmic boomerang you never asked for. But here's the twist. Saturn retrograde isn't all doom and gloom. It's actually one of the best times for inner growth, spiritual deepening, and karmic cleanup. It's the universe's way of saying, let's get real. Who are you when no one's watching? What are you building your life on? Saturn retrograde 2025, a sign-by-sign survival manual. Aries, time to build the foundation, not the facade. Aries, your natural instinct is to charge forward. But Saturn says, not so fast, firecracker. This retrograde asks you to reevaluate your life strategy. Are you building a career on passion alone, or is there real structure beneath? Use this time to strengthen your skills, not your resume. And emotionally, check in with yourself. That bravado might be hiding burnout. Slow down, breathe. You don't have to win every race, it's just the ones that matter. Taurus, the slow reckoning of values and vision, Taurus. You love stability. But Saturn retrograde is here to test what you're actually stable on. Financial delays? Possible. Relationship reassessments? Likely. This is the time to review your circle. Who truly shares your values, and who's just along for the comfort? Let go of connections that have gone stale. And if you've been avoiding a money talk with your partner, schedule it. Saturn rewards honesty, not harmony at any cost. A Gemini, career crossroads and the need for balance. Gemini, your mind is always racing, but Saturn says, sit down, we need to talk about your work-life balance. This is a powerful time to reflect on your professional path. Are you fulfilled or just busy? If your job drains you more than it delights you, consider a shift, not impulsively, but with careful planning. Also, revisit your spending habits, that small expense that adds up. Saturn sees it. Start saving, not for fun, but for freedom. Cancer, expanding your world one step at a time. Cancer, you're protective of your comfort zone, and Saturn knows it. This retrograde nudges you to ask, what's holding you back from growing? Is it fear, obligation, self-imposed limits? If you've dreamed of traveling, learning a new skill, or expanding your horizons, now is the time to plan, not panic. Saturn doesn't demand action, it demands intention. Listen to your inner voice. It's wiser than you think. Leo, money, meaning, and the weight of responsibility. Leo, your spotlight is bright, but Saturn wants to know, is your financial foundation as dazzling as your personality? This is the time to audit your budget, reassess obligations that drain your energy, and make smarter spending choices. Emotionally, reflect on your relationships and passions. Are they feeding your soul or just your ego? True self-realization isn't about being seen. It's about being seen clearly. Virgo, when partnerships reach a crossroads, Virgo, you're the zodiac's perfectionist, but even you can't fix a relationship that's run its course. Saturn retrograde brings clarity. Are your partnerships still serving you? If a bond feels one-sided, exhausted, or stagnant, it may be time to redirect your energy toward yourself or toward connections with more potential. This isn't failure, it's evolution, and evolution requires courage. Libra, the art of slowing down and tuning in. Libra, you hate conflict. But Saturn says sometimes peace is overrated. This period demands that you slow down, reassess your work routines, and ask, does my job align with my values? Are you sacrificing your well-being for harmony? Now is the time to meditate, journal, and reconnect with people who truly understand you. Your emotional clarity is your greatest asset. Don't bury it under politeness. Scorpio. Joy is a revolutionary act, Scorpio. You're used to diving into the deep, but Saturn reminds you, don't forget to come up for air. This is the time to reconnect with joy, through art, dance, poetry, or romance. Let your creative spirit breathe and emotionally set boundaries. Learn to say no without guilt. Your power isn't in suffering, it's in self-respect. Healing isn't just about facing pain, it's about reclaiming pleasure. As Sagittarius, rebuilding the home inside and out. Sagittarius, your gaze is always on the horizon. But Saturn says, what about the house behind you? This is a time to reevaluate your family role, your domestic life, and your sense of belonging. Are you fulfilling duties out of love or obligation? Now is the time to set new boundaries and honor your needs. And if you've ever wanted to explore your roots, genealogy, heritage, ancestral stories, Saturn supports that journey. Identity isn't just where you're going, it's where you come from. Capricorn. Words that build or break, Capricorn. Your words carry weight, especially now. Saturn retrograde amplifies your voice, so use it wisely. This is the perfect time to deepen relationships through honest, heartfelt conversation. Do you and your partner share the same values? Are your goals aligned? Don't assume, ask. And professionally, focus on upgrading your skills. Knowledge is power, and power, when used well, is legacy. Aquarius, belief, trust, and the money mindset. Aquarius, you're all about the future. But Saturn says, what about your foundation? Financial pressures may surface, not to punish you, but to teach you. Money is energy, not evil. Stop dismissing it. Start managing it. And in relationships, examine your doubts. Are you withholding trust because of fear? This is the time to believe in yourself, not just your ideas, but your worth. Prosperity begins in the mind. Pisces, the harvest after the storm. Pisces, after years of Saturn's pressure, this retrograde may finally bring recognition. All that quiet work, emotional labor, and unseen effort, it's being noticed. But Saturn also asks, are you on the right path? Don't be too hard on yourself. Avoid negative self-talk. Your words shape your reality. And most importantly, let go. Release old grudges, past hurts, the weight of what-ifs. You've carried enough. Now is the time to receive. Joy, appreciation, peace. Final thought, when Saturn walks backward, we move forward. Saturn retrograde in 2025 isn't a cosmic curse, it's a gift in disguise. It's the universe's way of saying, let's pause, let's reflect, let's build something that lasts. It won't be flashy, it won't be fast, but if you listen, if you slow down, if you do the work, you'll emerge not just stronger, but wiser. Because in the end, Saturn doesn't care how fast you climb. It only cares that the mountain you're on is yours.
And there you have it, my cosmic companions. Remember, every challenge is just a stepping stone to greatness. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe so we can keep exploring together, and drop a comment to share your thoughts. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and keep chasing those dreams. Meow off.